work, but uh, last minute I got pulled out, so I'm just chilling.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Well, what do we want to focus on today with you then? Yeah, there have been a few things we talked about in a consultation, so I think, yeah, what kind of character you want to start with today?
So I have a competitive match that I feel like you could possibly take a look at.
Mm-hmm.
I played. Let me take a look at the character I played. Just make sure I play the right things. I played Ash, Soldier, and Widowmaker in this match. The character I played the most, it looks like, is. And I also played McCree. Okay, so I played all four of the characters that I listed.
Sure.
Um,
Okay.
I played Ash. And the least played was McCree. Um, and honestly, going into it, it was my placements. You know, new season just started. You need replays. I think I was playing just to basically, try to win. Not really like a specific goal in mind. So I wasn't really thinking too much about anything. I was just playing, not autopiloting for sure, but just kind of playing.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't really focused on a specific strategy or any sort of idea that I was trying to focus on during the match. So it's probably going to be the most natural and neutral replay that you can look at, since this is the first replay you will watch. So I figured it'll be good. I lost. I C9 on the attack. It wasn't Rialto. I C9 the first half, which kind of sucked, and then we lost on defense. They caught up to where we were at. So that's where I'm at today, and hopefully it'll give you enough content to kind of get an idea of what I lack. My
Sure.
weaknesses, and hopefully my strengths if I have any. But
Of
let me
course, of course. There are
share the
definitely
code real
gonna
quick.
be the sims you're stronger at and the sims where you weaker at too. So yeah, it's all good.
Mhm. Um, I will say this real quick because I think I forgot to mention this last time. The other thing that I could really work on is just having a good mental, because I'm not even gonna lie. Right now I'm con banned for calling somebody retarded. I'm con banned for at least 4 more days. I'm not exactly proud of it. Um, no, it's not really an excuse or anything. I just have stuff going on, and I just decided to cope by protecting other people in this game. So there wasn't any communication going on within the team. So I really had to make sure, me personally, that my goal was to just kind of make sure that like I can make as much of an impact for my team as possible. And hopefully they're able to, uh, capitalize on it, or do whatever. But I wasn't really too focused on, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to get into the mindset of not focusing on what my teammates are doing wrong, because that's just gonna throw me off. If I'm focused on them, how am I supposed to get better with myself? So, but yeah, I feel like you should really know that, because I feel like a lot of people neglect that, and to me, it's kind of important that I keep that in mind um,
Yeah,
about
definitely.
my mental games.
Yeah. There is definitely something we can talk more later about as well. I think one of the things where to be able to focus on yourself, your own performance, making sure you have a specific goals in mind, and that is where
Mm-hmm.
I will help today to identify a few. Because you
Mm-hmm.
have those, it might be much easier for you. You have this sort of list to pay attention to. Definitely should be easier for you to, because
Uh-huh.
those are specific and simple. You will not pay attention to your team as much. And
Mm-hmm.
doing something like maybe even muting the voice chat, I would say, if it's distracting you, it's also pretty valuable. Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you want to go more in depth on it later, I think possibly, yeah, we can. Maybe you will possibly can describe me some events which occur, and then we can talk about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
overall, I would probably start with review first, identify a few
Mm-hmm.
goals, and
Sure.
yeah, should be fine. Can you see my stream, by the way? Is it working for you?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then just one, I'd never want to get in the way of how you like to do your coaching and
Mm,
stuff like that. I just like being asked questions to see if I can get it right. So if you have any like
That's how I usually do.
any quizzes, yeah, you know,
Yeah, the entire session, the entire what have used entire quiz.
awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I will tell you an idea though. The idea of the concept, I will explain it to you, and then I typically ask questions. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's all good.
Awesome.
Okay,
Great.
okay. So we want to go over Rialto and your name here. Yeah, it's right there. You're on Soldier. Okay. Is there any specific character you wanna focus on more here? Let's see. You play Soldier. Is it for the entire match or yeah? So it's most of the match at least, right?
Kind of. So
A
I
little bit of
actually
the.
so
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning I did have Soldier open and I switched to Widow last second before the gates open. And you'll see whenever you get to the beginning. But like I said, the heroes I played is actually the pool I shared. It's Soldier, McCree, Ash, Widow. I played all four of those characters in this game. So you'll kind of be able to see a little bit of each, you know. But I think on attack for the most part, I believe I played Soldier, and then towards the end, I went between Widow and McCree because man, they just love playing Sombra. Um, and even though I'm fairly confident about being able to counter Sombra as Widow, like on a good day, I just didn't want to take the risk. Because even though risk can win games, sometimes calculated risks will tell me, hey, it's probably better not to die as Widowmaker against a Sombra and instead play a character that could probably have a better effect. And especially considering the fact that a lot of them were just trying to like towards the end they had a fucking Reaper and a Sombra, like everyone like a lot too many threats for me personally, especially on attack side on the second point. There wasn't
Yep.
a lot of places I could run away to. So I decided to hop off that and go into McCree, but I feel like I didn't really have much impact to the game as McCree. I was getting kills
Mm-hmm.
here and there, but it wasn't impactful. So you'll kind of see that. And then the one thing I definitely didn't even think about like going into it was like the win con for their team. So you'll probably see a lot of me just randomly killing people, but like not making any impact, if that makes any sense.
Sure. No, yeah, I think that makes total sense. And do you remember what was the average rank of that lobby? Or that
And
was
it
placement?
was yeah, it's
Placement.
placements, yeah,
Okay.
because people were just new season, new buffs, new nerfs,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
trying to
definitely.
figure out,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you already done the placement, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played four placements so far. I won three, only lost this one. So I like how it's going. But like I said, at the end of the
Mhm.
day, if I can't, well, for one, I like the fact that I'm forgetting to think about the win con is already a problem for me. And two, I'm pretty sure that I cannot correctly identify what their win con is and what our win con is. So, there's just some more stuff to consider. But like I
Mhm.
said, I feel like at the end of the day, the clip speaks for itself.
Yeah,
If I
let's
speak,
take
I
a look.
speak too much.
No, this is good. This is good. All of it is important to hear. Like your thought process, what are you paying attention to? I hear you're paying attention to win cons quite a lot. Maybe speaking of those, what do you mean by that exactly here? Yeah, maybe I'm looking at your composition. Maybe we can also
Mhm.
just suggest for a second, the enemy composition too. What is your win con here?
So I feel like okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest. I say win con a lot. It's only because I understand the importance of knowing what the win con is, but to actually know what the win con is a
Oh,
completely different picture because it's hard for me to know. But
hmm,
generally speaking, I don't really completely know the amount of impact Juno has on like overall, like if I'm playing against one, right?
hmm,
But I know that Kiriko can clutch up and prevent people from dying pretty often, and then she has some of the craziest escapes. So, um, just in general, like towards the beginning, my goal was to just try to pick off a last second. I switched to Widow and hopefully get a pick off the beginning, and that's also going to create some sort of like I don't know how should I say, like a slap in the face for them.
Mm,
So that was kind of the goal there. So it's not really a win con. However, it's for me, I just like small advantages that hopefully would make a difference into us pushing the cart
mm,
into the next
mm,
checkpoint.
mm,
So
mm,
that's kind of like what my thought process was opening.
mm, mm. And what was your thought process behind picking the soldier at the start here?
So I my like it, at least like in this low elo, right? I've noticed too many times people like to play either the Ash Hans or the Widowmaker and stuff like that. And so um I didn't at the time, I really didn't feel like taking a duel against the long range. I'd rather be able to like poke them down to make it uncomfortable for them to be able to create any sort of like zoning pressure, like with line of sight and stuff like that,
Yep.
especially once you turn a corner. However, I was like, you know what? I'd rather go for a risky play and just play a Widowmaker real quick, get a pick, and immediately switch back to Soldier. And that's exactly, what I end up doing. So you'll kind of see that happen.
Yeah. You're gonna go Widow here and then look for a quick pick there. Okay, okay. So yeah, there's just a couple of shots. Yeah, well, we can watch that too. Um, then you swap the soldier later. So
Hmm.
you've been saying yeah, the stuff about win conditions. So something you mentioned about the Kiri, yeah, for example, the Suzu is pretty valuable. So what you're saying is you tend to pay attention to enemy abilities, what they do and how to force those out, or yeah, just like yeah, what is your general idea? Yeah, like when you're looking at something like win conditions, yeah, when you're trying to I guess abuse that, yeah, like when you know. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes like win condition isn't for me isn't necessarily about killing a character. It's kind of like what you said. It's like forcing their hands. It's like kind of like playing the game like Connect Four or like playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, the way I approach those games is that it's not necessarily about being able to outsmart your opponents. It's about like without them knowing, like having control of what they have to do. Like for example, if I was playing a Reaper into a Ana, I know for a fact that if I were to, I know for a fact that if I were to ult right in front of her face, but enough so that she can react and use a sleep dart on me. She uses a sleep dart, and then out of nowhere, here comes Genji and kills the entire backline. Why? Because the Ana already uses sleep on me. It's like a distraction. Now I'm telling that's like a very very big like out of nowhere like context, but like those are the kind of things I think about. But the thing is, when it comes to how each hero's how they like synergize with other people, that's where I lack a lot of information at. And of course, like going into it, I have no idea what team they're running because it hasn't been 15
Mm-hmm.
seconds into the match yet, so I can't hold tab and hope that I can see what the team is. So that's kind of like why I went to opted for the Widow and just getting that first pick. I figured like in a moment it could create some pressure. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully enough to make an impact and like a slap in the face for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that makes total sense. Keeping in mind what kind of abilities you force and how can you abuse that fact is really great too. I would pay attention, well, we will pay attention quite a lot to how can you exactly on your character try to do something so this will be happening, I guess. Well, most likely we gonna focus on your map control more. We'll
Okay,
see how you control the map at first. Maybe there's gonna be something else, but yeah, typically the
sure,
first
yeah,
session, yeah, I'll start with map control. So you basically like why I'm saying it's important to like understand what you do exactly because this gives you simple direction. First of all, because the match is really quick a lot of times. Overwatch is overall pretty. There's a lot of stuff happening on the screen,
mm,
so you definitely don't
yeah,
want to overwhelm yourself too much with all that information. So maybe
mhm,
you know here this and this, but it's important to like make sure there's a clear goal of what you do as well. I
yeah.
think this is what I want to say too. hmm okay.
I yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, no. I was just saying, like, I feel like ever since I turned to like a 5v5 in Overwatch, like, I feel like most of the time, if you can like and this is kind of like has been like a common theme that's been going on the back of my head, and like I feel like even in the 6v6 is the same, but like killing the healers I feel like in general will have a lot of impact, but then at the same time like all these different like times where even if we kill the healers, if I'm playing solo queue and there's not that communication going on, especially the communication, man, I'm sorry, like it's hard to like really like just be able to pull that off in general, because like
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't control your teammates at that point,
Yeah.
so it kind of sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I would honestly, if you can, well, a lot of times my suggestion is you can ignore communication completely because your at this point your performance matters so much more. If I would maybe give
Mm.
you percentage of value, if I'm searching for value in a game, 99% of your value is basically what you
Um,
do, and 1% is communication. So my question is, where do I want to put more attention? If I'm able to
mm,
achieve this number, well, it's not pretty accurate, but maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. Still, this is
yeah.
important. Yeah, this is important that your performance matters so much more. And I guess looking at it like, okay, can I pay attention to this? And this is at the same time, a lot of players they actually fail to pay attention to both communication and their performance. Overall, a lot of times people they
Hmm.
try to communicate a lot actually, but then their performance goes down so much.
Yeah.
But they say, "Oh, but this is team game and communication matters more." But in reality,
Right.
especially at fundamental level, honestly, at any level, I would say in
Hmm.
competitive, this
Yeah.
communication, if your performance dropping, it's not gonna help you. Like if it
Yeah.
is, if you are able to communicate and perform, then this is good. That's why a lot of top 100 players, you actually hear them communicating because they're so good at just all of the stuff they do. It just on
Yeah.
autopilot for them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I was about to say they're like just used to being able to appropriately divide their attention to both. Which to me, even if I were to focus on just my personal performance, it's still gonna be at best 50%. So yeah.
Yeah, that's why we want to make sure we pay attention to that number. Yeah, your performance
Hmm.
first, definitely. If it's affecting, like you're trying to communicate, it's affecting your performance. Mute the chat. Maybe do not communicate. It's fine. you don't you
Yeah.
don't need you don't need the chat. Okay, let's take a look. So we're just a few seconds in. Mm, this is a good pick. Okay, looking for one more potentially. All right.
Mm.
Going for an angle. Maybe you can get someone. Yeah, nice shots. 2 picks so far. Okay. Now we swap in. Okay. I think that's fine. That's okay. You play the mobile character, and if you're more comfortable on Soldier here in general, why not? Life Fever helps you. Okay. And then doing some damage there. Okay. I'm just gonna look at those first fights first, and then we will talk about a few things there. But yeah, by the way, do you have any questions maybe before we also kind of completely start looking at this replay, or
Um, Not really. I mean, because you said our focus is gonna be like math control and stuff like that. I would like to
most likely?
hear.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would like to hear what you have to say, and then
Yeah,
maybe later on I can ask him. Yeah, ask about other stuff.
sure. Yeah, let's see how the first fights are going for you. I see a few
Oh,
things already. Hmm.
also, I'm just gonna let you know. So I lagged on some of it, so it's just gonna look like my aim like snapped in a certain direction, and I'm not even kidding you. I don't know if it's gonna show on here, but
Yeah,
when I was looking back at it, I was like, dude, I look like a hacker
you
right
look
now. Not
like a
because I was hitting
cheating.
my shots. Yeah, it just looked really weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It always two signs. Either whenever this is happening, it's either you hacking or you just have this latency lag. That yeah,
yeah.
that's fine, honestly. Yeah, I see a few things already, but yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, I see this already where you just your camera moves a little. That's fine though. Okay, so you guys doing fine those first fights. I think you did contribute to this first snowball quite well. See, so it's gonna go. What's gonna happen later? Okay, so you guys still snowballing. Is there a point where you guys gonna stop here? I see a few patterns already. I guess. Well, you can go back and just rewatch it. Okay,
Mhm.
so with your maybe let's start with map control and it's your position and you did talk a lot about how we want to force out the enemy abilities, yeah, like the enemy to do something, I guess. And I'm looking at it and seeing, okay, maybe if we want to shoot the Sororok, for example, yeah, then what kind of abilities we're trying to force from him, possibly.
Uh, probably his most lethal. So probably his hook.
Yeah, his hook.
Um,
Okay,
yeah.
that's for one. That's for one.
Hmm.
Maybe you can also force out his healing too. Okay,
Yeah,
and,
his vape. Yeah.
and now I'm looking at you. How do you force his abilities? What
I
can you do as a soldier to like be able to do that?
probably like shooting and then like jump strafing and like a
Jump strafing.
unpredictable movement. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, movement is a big part,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Uh,
mhm,
and that's kind of like I was like playing around that little like bush right there.
sure.
I wasn't necessarily trying to like bait his hook, but I knew that if he was to, I was in a safe place where I could just quickly get behind cover type deal.
Yeah.
Um, just my experience from Overwatch One is I never respected the hook range, and so I always got hooked.
Mm,
So
makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Now, yeah, so what are you doing there? Basically, most of your attention is towards dealing damage towards the roadhog, and we kind of seeing, okay, maybe we'll force out something. Obviously, it's not maybe too big of a deal to like force out a lot of abilities because you got big advantage, but still overall, this is how you want to think about your every fight. Yeah, the more abilities you force, the bigger the advantage gets. Okay, so I see you doing damage, but now you mentioned you could potentially abuse your movement and maybe dodge his hook. That's for one. But thinking about something else like your cover, yeah, like if you use certain cover, you also able to use it as a sort of defensive tool. Yeah, you able
Hmm.
to sort of force out the enemy abilities this way. Okay, so I'm looking at
Hmm.
this hog and maybe potentially is there any cover you could have used to like force out his hook?
Um, yeah, like the where the two tables at are on like a right bottom side with the little half wall right there,
Yep,
or maybe around
yep,
the yellow corner right there
yep.
as well.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly, exactly. And see why it's good, okay?
Hmm.
When you're gonna be on those kind of angles, it's really important that yeah, I'm thinking this idea of if my team is coming from A, so to speak, they come down the street from A attacking in this direction. If you're disposition B, what do? You turn the enemy attention so much so they will not even look at your teammates. And what will happen, because you might be the one forcing out the hook from him, your teammates will not get hooked, as an example.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
you achieve that so being, so that one thing on right angle. So it's like with your angle, it's mainly, I describe it usually like 90 angles. For example, you can start with those on soldier. Why not? You have a lot of mobility typically. If the map allows, you can get there. And the second thing is you just need cover. You really need
Hmm.
cover. If something's being thrown at you, you have it. Your advantage. It's like your first shield, your first defensive ability, and you can dodge it. Yeah, you can dodge the hook. Even when you over here, to be honest, you can still dodge it. Well, you might
Yeah.
get pushed though,
Hmm.
so that's why it's not as comfortable, but possible. Yeah, and this is what I want you to do more. Yeah, try to be more proactive with your position in a way. We try to take those spots where you generate enough pressure, but you also force out the enemy to do something. So I'm gonna write
Hmm.
down, for one, cover, and another thing is angle. Yeah, like 90 angles in the way. Let me just show you some of the examples. So this is like, yeah, gonna be probably some of the front play or like maybe some other pro player. Let me see. I got a few videos on that probably. So taking off angles. That's what we need. Let me see. Yeah, maybe this one. This one will be good. Just 1 second. I need.
Yeah. No worries.
Hmm. Okay. So it's not exactly strict a lot of times, but overall, yeah, if you take the leaning, at least leaning towards 90 angles, this is where you force out the enemy attention because they look at you, they use abilities, and because you use cover, you can maintain safety. So I'm just gonna go back to here. This is Midtown, and this is gonna be the second point. Yeah, him fighting. They just got the first one, and I want you to see right away what kind of position he's trying to get. He's being really proactive, and this is sort of an angle. Well, kind of in a way, 90 angle. Let's say he's at A. His team is gonna come down the street, main street where the cart moves. So it's like down there, all the way here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is where
Yeah.
the cart is. And because Diva looks at him, yeah, maybe there's a chance the Diva will not fly towards your other teammates, and that's okay. And also have this piece of cover you can use. So kind of constantly on those off angles and see. Sometimes you might be not even exactly scared about the range too. Of course, most of the time trying to maintain our effective range. That's what you need. Sometimes the
Mm-hmm.
map maybe requires you to move closer, but most of the time, that's what we're trying to do as a soldier. Like, try to take this more 90 angles. So this 90 angles is just, so I'll look at it here. Typically, this is a position where you're going to be away from most of your team, yeah, most of your core. This is how you identify where your 90 angle is. So for instance, my team is moving here, most of them kind of over here, so I can take a 90 angle here, but it could also be somewhere else. Maybe even, honestly, you can even run there, to be honest. If you form this angle,
Mm-hmm.
like A to B, yeah, like a team's coming from A, and then you attack from this side, like let's say B, yeah, then this is potentially like a 90 angle. Okay, yeah. So to continue with this, yeah, and this is where I see a lot of players, like whenever they play soldier, they try to take those angles as much as possible, make an enemy turn around, and if they go towards them, you see, like their attention is forced. They also might bait the enemy like in a super position, sometimes out of position, like this Genji, for example. He did get baited, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's that diva, and that's what you want to do as a soldier too. Like make them chase you. It's fine. You have got a mobility. Well, if you have mercy pocket as well, that's also an advantage. But yeah, overall, it's about your mobility and you, yeah, you being able to escape the angle. Let's see, maybe just any other good like example. Maybe just another one to like give you something. Yeah, like this is another map. This is Oasis, and this is Jake. He's been a professional player now. He is in, yeah, like mostly in Overwatch League scene. Yeah. Now you can see that his team is overall expecting the team to be at around this location A, coming this direction towards the enemy. Yeah, like the enemy most typically coming from B, and then they can split. Here again, you have this high ground, you can see everything, this more of a 90 angle, just as an example. Yeah, like this idea. And we have this here as our piece of cover. So your cover not necessarily can be maybe some vertical corner, but it can also be horizontal, just as an example. But yeah, those examples, doesn't make sense so far, or any questions? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So see, and this is where, so here, yeah, you told me you could be by that table later. I want you to watch the next fight and you tell me where you're gonna be. So yeah, here still by the table. Yeah, that would be decent position. Then you finish the fight. Okay. Now, uh, well, actually, you're gonna get the point really soon. Okay. Now, right away, where do you go? Where do you need to go to take this small Pratt
Uh,
90 angle?
okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I could. Hmm.
And it can
So
be anywhere, typically, like your
yeah, yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Just.
So like,
Mhm.
if they're playing there, honestly, like I don't know, it's kind of hard to determine at this specific spot, because um, if we're going by like what you're talking about, I would probably either go to the right hand side where the stairs are at and go to the second floor in that little building, yeah, or I would like go immediate left on yeah, that way, and just like basically just be like shooting from the side regardless of which side I go on, and it
Yes.
just depends on where I
Yes.
position that, to be
One of
honest.
those, honestly, one of those works. To me, probably position 2 at the start works a little bit better because you have more longer range option and there is a chance you might get caught by something like
Mm-hmm.
somewhere there, but it seems pretty close. So I think this is also a fine position. Any of those positions work, and you want to be there right away. Like, make them chase you. It's fine. Like, if they go after you, as long as you in line of sight of your team, you again taking an angle relatively to where your team is, that's fine. But see, how stacked you are now with most of your team.
Yeah.
You don't want to
Mm-hmm.
do that. Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
find a way as a soldier because you got a lot of mobility. You need to abuse that. Yeah, abuse the fact
Okay.
that you got it. Yeah, you need to go somewhere. Like 90 angles are fine. I would even say a lot of times with your angles, it's because soldier got so much mobility, it can be 90 to 180 angles. So 180, I
Okay.
mean flanking. You can
Yeah.
literally try to yeah, go all the way around, like try to flank
Mm-hmm.
as a soldier.
Get
Like,
behind them.
yeah, get
Yeah.
behind them. Yeah. You see here, we're kind of just in that same place. Yeah, we're in the same place
Mm-hmm.
where our team is maybe a little bit difficult at this point. Yeah, maybe a little bit difficult to decide what to do exactly. But yeah, I think those positions still would work. Yeah, from here, we maybe not necessarily have this kind of 90 angle because sometimes maybe layout it, maybe it's not exactly allowing you to, but at least you're away from your core. Yeah, this is what is gonna be really important. Like playing away from your core, yeah, like most of your team where they are, and later you might even transition, well, maybe to here. Yeah, maybe as an example. Let's see. Maybe to think about that. So like, because we kind of at this point it feels like we a little bit stuck in the air. Your D.Va is AFK too. It seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Yeah, good kill. Yeah, mechanics are fine. Like, for this overall, yeah, shouldn't be. It's not the problem. Like even this is really nice, by the way. If you force them to push you, just like maybe through here, well, most likely they're gonna go through here. But this is nice. This is good. You
Mm-hmm.
can run away and force out some of the abilities from them. And they're using Kiri ultimate and then staying here. Okay. And see, is there... It might maybe be difficult for you to identify exactly when do you run. Yeah, like maybe it's not as easy to take those valuable positions. But yeah, like looking at this, when you could be taking the better position right away. So you run away, and here,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Could it be doing it right away maybe? Like taking the top or so? What's your thoughts? What's more valuable? Because you playing here, you shoot in the hog, right? But it could also be get in the time and get in the position, so... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, seems like Discord just lagged. 1 second. Discord lag. Okay, let's reconnect. Yeah, it's working out. It's the server. The server got disconnected for some reason. It's fine.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was saying like as soon as I saw the hook, I probably could have like relocated, but like it's like a confidence issue because I knew that the Divas DMX, and so like without the peel, I feel very uncomfortable like going for this like proactive positioning and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine, I think. Yeah, the Diva's out of the mech. So that's why I want you to look at this then. When your tank is already in the fight, when they have something like their mech, they can participate. This is good enough trigger for you to think about rotating, like start rotating if possible, because the Diva, they will be absorbing some of the attention, and you technically, the only thing you need is, again, to be able to get peel is line of sight. So even if I'm here on the bridge, I'm able to get some sort of peel for my team and see like so many opportunities for you to also shoot and even use the visor too, because you're not being stuck in a position. So yeah, paying attention to this a little bit more could help 100%. Let's see. I'll use Bob. Okay. Because that's why a lot of times a soldier might feel so uncomfortable to use the visor even, because the enemy, they simply can hide from your visor and the rest of your core too, if you've been stuck with them. That's why it's so important, especially with the ultimate. Maybe it takes a little bit more time, but typically if your tank is alive, kind of, they can absorb some of the attention. You can use it as a time for you to rotate and get in a better position. And then from there, even somebody from your team dies, it's still usually okay, because you can get a couple more kills. Usually setup is the high priority kind of.
Yeah. This part makes me laugh because I only have one bullet in my gun. I didn't realize it.
Okay. Yeah, I still killed her. So
Yeah.
yeah, I killed the cast too. This is fine position overall. You see, the only thing you're missing there, what is that?
Just backing up using my health and then going back out when I'm full health,
Yeah,
I
using
guess.
cover. Yeah,
And
you
then
use
line of
cover.
sight,
Yeah.
yeah.
You have the good 9th angle overall. Maybe your team cannot help you, but as a soldier, honestly, a lot of times it's gonna be fine because you got your own healing station. You don't have to a lot of times exactly get direct team support with the healing. You can just do your own stuff. Okay, now you realize, yeah, well, actually, to prolong your life here, what you should be paying attention to while you stand on this angle, what exactly could trigger you to go behind the cover and maybe use your healing station? What your attention should be on.
Like my health,
Yep.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So your main trigger could be what? Yeah, like once you look at this, okay, maybe you have HP, for example. Yeah, but like typically this is the best suggestion. Once you have HP, you simply play defensive. Playing defensive means you using cover or one of the defensive abilities you got. So here, use a healing station, go to cover, and I think it would be good. And it just suit the awareness, better awareness of your health. So see, kind of repeat aggressively. You don't need it. Yeah? Just play it safe. Later it will repeak and force out even more abilities, but now you give an enemy the chance to reset. Okay, go Widow. Oh, you're like, maybe done. You know.
Yeah, I switched to the Widow because they had a McCree. Yeah.
Battery low.
They kinda. So yeah, the thought process. They had a McCree. That's why I decided to go Widow. Or...
Well, not just that, but like, um, I don't know, just a one-shot lethality. To be completely honest with you,
because
and
I
that,
think overall
yeah.
this is good sideline for Widow. If you're trying to control the map with her, I'm just curious. The thought process there. Overall, those sidelines here are decent. And see where your position as well as Widow, you cannot maybe take as wide angles as you would do on Soldier because you don't have enough mobility, but you want to actively force out stuff. And this is what you want to do as a Soldier more. Because you re-peeking those angles, you might force out some of the attention. As a Widow, you want to, I guess, be a little bit more paying attention to poke face more, like you do now. This is what I mean by poke face is where most of the teams, they're really far from each other, and you can get an early pick. But even as a soldier, it's still a fine thing to do. Like try to get some damage in, try to just shoot the enemy a little bit more. Yeah, and you get a pick there. This is good. Not sure about that grip, but it's fine. Okay.
I didn't. Yeah,
So
the cart got in the way of my my
yeah.
poison.
Where should it be with your angle? Like again, proactive angle.
I would. I don't know. I want to say like maybe like playing at the health pack. Right there. It's not a lot of like cover in general, but I feel like they're gonna leave. Like they're not gonna expect like the Widow like to just be hiding right here, and then like basically don't give the tank any attention, but wait for their backline to move up with him and try to go for a pick, I guess.
From here, so it's like this sideline.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of risky for sure, but like I feel like because like the rest of the team is pushing up with the cart, you know what I'm saying? But especially with the Maga, I know for a fact he's gonna like rush in there, and then the rest of the team is gonna fall behind trying to heal him or like support him and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, my question is from here, we're not able to exactly see the backline though. That's the problem, right?
Well, I'm talking about when they move up. You know,
what have they
like,
done?
yeah. No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. But like I said, like the only reason like why I would is because they have a manga. Because like I don't know. At least from my experience, I've like that's the pattern I'm seeing is that they move in regardless of like what
Yep.
if they're defending or
Yep.
attacking or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, any tank that want to kind of push forward and absorb the attention. I want you to see I want you to do more of this, where you get an early
Okay.
picks, and from here you're not able to do so. You rely
Okay.
on the enemy team to make this action, so they walk in into your sidelines first, and second, I
Mm,
don't think this is comfortable sideline for you to be peeking at, anyways. Possibly, like even this is more comfortable, but yeah, again, proactive side, yeah, like you got a pick. That was great, yeah. Do more of this.
okay.
Where can you go? Stay here?
Um.
You're taking the fight over here. Remember that too. So I'm thinking,
Mhm.
yeah, there's only one option. Like if not choosing the
Yeah.
right side, you just go left side at least. Well, maybe fighting this. How widows usually do that, and it's riskier, but it's better. At least you have this line of sight here because you're controlling again these angles where their backline is. At least
Yeah.
we not
Mhm.
let's put it this way. You want to be careful about the timing of it, but I don't think there's anything else to do besides that. Besides playing here, yeah, it's just going left. Potentially later, you can also go off Widow because the space is not as comfortable for you
Yeah.
to fight at.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
something to think
But
about, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, that's what I used to do a lot. Overwatch One. It's like I would like flank into their spawn. They just never expect it. I guess.
Yeah, because my idea is like, how do you make? We want to force stuff. We don't want to like, I guess,
Mhm.
wait for them to use something. This is the
Yeah.
main idea. Yeah, again,
Yeah.
same as in the soldiers. So even here this would be possible, but yeah, why not even go for the flank? But definitely not here. Like this position is really defensive. This is better. This is good enough. Good line of sight. Later, sure, maybe you can even move all the way left, but yeah, stay here still. Yeah, they
Yeah.
good
Can you
angle.
can you give me 1 second?
Oh yeah, take your time.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I was just grabbing a snack.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, yeah, so more more proactive position constantly, as much as possible, especially as Widow get an early pick. Don't stay here. Yeah, don't wait for them to do this where Mauga jumps. Force them to jump you. If
Okay.
they jump you, okay, your team peels for you as well from here, and you able to maybe get a pick or two. Who knows? So you kind of just wait for the actions here this entire time. Like they do the action, right? But you didn't force them to do that. They just do it. That's what I
Hmm.
mean. And there's a low chance of winning because of it. The Cassidy pick is better at this point, I think, because of the shorter sidelines, 100%. Let's see what he can do as a Cass. We got in the map control, please. Like the position. Yeah, again, thinking about same variables there, like the angles. As Cassidy, you still can do that. Try to go
Yeah.
away from your main
I
core. Yeah. Hmm?
Here in a little bit, I'm gonna cut to the right, to the far side. I'm gonna be shooting
Mhm.
them from right side. I'm sorry, this food is so spicy.
That's fine. That's all right. Okay. So yeah, right away, doing something proactive. I want you to set up first. Like try to go on those. Um, Again, as Cassidy, it's gonna be leaning more towards 90 off angles. Maybe it's like a little bit less closer to your team, but typically that's it. Yeah, don't stay with the core. Go somewhere else. Left, right side. Yeah, from here, all the people are shooting anyway. So all the enemy, they have an easy time hiding from all this damage too. Yeah. So you just need to do it early. Don't waste your time in the main. Like do it right away. Here, this is great angle. Yeah, nice.
That was an accident.
That's okay. Yeah, and see, you force them to push you as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, you force them to push you, respawn. Because you done this action. Okay? Reaper ults. Maybe we can pick him. Yeah. Now it's time to run away. That's fine. Can stay here, and you probably have enough time for the last touch. Your diva can touch the
Yeah,
point.
but then I C9.
That's okay. Well, your diva should touch a roll, and you just have the high noon there. Yeah, I mean, there's not much. You can. The only one thing I would think about is you already controlling the space here, so you got the angle, right? You got a sight line. You're controlling the point here. Yeah, what exactly is a good time for you to use the high noon? Yeah, I guess the question
Yeah,
is, what are you waiting for here, maybe? Like, if we're trying to force out
right.
something, is it that good enough position for us to start forcing out a few things? What do you say?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, like, it's either we force out or just we just force him to have to get out of the way just by using high noon, and Diva can get
Yeah.
onto the point a lot more
Yeah,
comfortably.
yeah, and the thing is, they're most likely gonna use some abilities to try to get out. Like Juno, they will try to use the shift, which makes them fly, like run away behind the corner. Maybe speed boost, who knows? Maybe one of those abilities. The shift from Mauga, he runs away to. Maybe if he gets damaged, a little, it's overdrive, stuff like that. That's, I guess, really important. But even if they're not using this is still good enough. Ultimate. Honestly, you're controlling the space already. Like I mentioned, now it's only time for you. The angle is good, the cover is good. Yeah, it's just only the time to do damage here, to start shooting pressure. Put up the pressure, really. Yeah, that's okay. Would definitely help, I think, just taking this there for your Diva at least. Okay, now we on Ash. Yeah, probably gonna be same ideas there. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about your position right away there? Is it good, bad, maybe better positions? Like
Um, I could probably play closer. Um, well, actually,
closer to what?
actually, hold on. Maybe like forcing him to have to look at two different angles, even if it's not 90 degrees, like playing underneath or even on top on the right hand side on high ground or underneath it. And they're gonna have to look at both right and left side. I feel like just kind of dispersing the attention and like you said earlier, trying to force like utilities and stuff like that.
You can. I think you can. Just be careful staying here for short, long period of time. Why? Because there's no decent cover for you, and you might be cut off from the rest of your team. So definitely don't be here for too long. There are also typically some long range characters rolling out auto spawn to like widows, so care of that too. But at least even if you're there, I want you, if you know the picks already, even like take wide angle a little, yeah. So you got more control over the map too. You don't want to exactly like be stuck like there. You're not behind your team now though, but yeah, they can a little bit wider. Why not? And then if somebody goes and you you have the coach gun to help you, you also have your team to peel, you just need to pick the line of sight. Okay, you know, I'm thinking if you are you fine with trying to do a game potentially and implement some of these things, or
Yeah.
yeah, we can try just like take this angle control 90 180 angles, maybe starting with soldier, stuff like that. Yeah, try this out, see how that goes. Is that sounds good to you? Okay, yeah. Then the only thing I will need is yeah, you need to screen share then. And
All right.
yeah.
Give me 1 second. My mouth is on fire.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hold on. All right.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna stop screen sharing myself, and yeah, you can screen share your game. Mhm. Yeah, it's working. Nice. Yeah, if you're comfortable getting competitive the right way, that's fine. If not, we can also do quick play.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, good?
I'm sorry. My mouth was absolutely dying.
Okay.
All right. Ah. Okay. Yeah.
What is your usual warm-up, by the way? Yeah, I see you got this workshop here.
Usually I do something in Kovacs or aim labs. Typically I do like passives and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, this is
where
good.
you have
Mm.
where you have like 5 different like targets on the wall. It kind of moves, so I just gotta like practice like flicking onto a target and then tracking and then shooting afterwards. But my hand feels cold. But you know, it's just like kind of depends on like because like typically like my warm up, it just like kind of depends on like you know. Well, to be honest with you, it's like hard to determine like what a good warm up is and stuff like that most of the time. Because like like, you never know like that day like how your hand feels. Like this morning when I was playing, it felt like my hand felt super light, like full of air. So it just like it really affected like how precise like my mouse felt and stuff like that.
Yeah, honestly,
Um,
yeah, it's understandable. On one days you can have really good aim, like have sort of good day, and another day there's an off day. That's fine. Even pro players they have that too. The thing is, with I guess this consistent warm up at least is like to just make sure your muscles are like warmed up. That's it. With not trying to really warm up something like game sense or positioning with those. And what do you do here? Yeah, all this shooting versus chaotic movement. This is good warm up. Usually, just spending enough time, like 15 around 20 minutes, is enough. You can also do deathmatch too. Once you've done this, it's typically before the game session. You do one of this, like this one called it's Waxta, and you can also do deathmatch between the queues later to shoot the real players because you wanna get used to situations under pressure too. So yeah, okay. Let's take a look. Let's try to lean towards 90, 180 angles with Soldier. Let's see how that gonna go. Yeah. If you can do both things, it's try to lean towards the angle and have cover. That would be the best. Trying to make sure you do two of those things there.
My memories from before the awakening are blurry, like a fading dream. But I do remember some things.
Typically here as Soldier, it's kind of taking
yeah.
that left side. Yeah. If you go to, well, just to the left of the robot. I mean, making sure because, yeah, because from there you have the sidelines. Yep. They're gonna fight you. That's fine. Make sure you dodge after. Okay, that's okay. See, what thing we missed there on the angle?
The cover.
Cover. Yeah. Just
Yep.
let's try to have cover next time. That's all good.
I'm like, I feel super hyper right now, so I don't feel like
That's fine.
composed at all.
That's fine. Just make sure to focus on like angle cover. Like the other things, really don't care. Like that's how you get better at something. You don't want to be good at everything. You just want to get better at like
Awesome.
1-2 things, and that's it. Yeah, this might die there, but yeah. Oh, this guy missed the punch. Maybe. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you probably died there anyway because of the all the damage, and the enemy is just. Oh.
And they are aggressive.
Gotta see what's your 90 angle later and cover. Here seems like I need to push further up. Yeah. So he kind of ideally wanna try. Yeah, exactly. Moving in and the angle. Yeah, maybe this can work. Nice kill. From here, got a doom. That's good. Yeah, get the rest. Like the Genji. Genji's... Okay. Nice, good. And make sure you continue this, but have cover near you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can set up right away. That's fine. It's okay, you can repeat from the left.
Experience tranquility.
Yep. This is good. If you can get control of the bridge, that would be great. And have this kind of longer sideline too. So you just literally would be playing, not here-ish, but kind of back more. Yeah, like there. This is one of the best positions for you to start with, probably. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, this is good. Mm-hmm. It's okay, you can repeat the same. That was good angle which you took. You got wiser for the next time.
I'm on. Jesus, he's gonna come.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
That's good enough. Nice. And for the next fight, you can look for the visor there.
I need to find a way up.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's
that could
too
be a way, by the way. Like if you do it right away. Visor? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's okay. That's alright. Maybe probably trying to maintain those positions a little bit more still. Like, see, okay, if there's a lot of attention towards you, then you can drop. If not, then you can kind of stay there. That's good enough. It's okay. Keep shooting. Yeah, this time just try to reset and you're good.
yeah.
That's alright, and you repeat the same thing, just have the time, so.
Knock me down and I'll keep getting back up.
Can look for even deeper potentially, if possible. Yeah, from here. It's only one punch. Nice. That's okay. It should be. You should be okay. Should be winning this. shots. See what allows you to move on the angle. Like, make sure you constantly set up first. Mm-hmm.
Is there another way up here?
From the left, yeah. There's up the stair. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is a good angle for you overall. It's okay, and you can retake the angle later. I would not run away this way. Like, see, the Doomfist pushed you, but you could retake the same angle still, like later, because they're gonna go back anyway. So you kind of run away. Well, maybe pretend you're sort of gonna run away and then retake.
Oh, okay, and you just come right back.
Yeah. That's definitely like. I want you to try to maintain the positions longer. Fight three angles. Sometimes you're not able to if you're getting like hard pushed by multiple people, but in this case it's okay. Like if there's just one Doomfist, maybe like not too many members versus you, then definitely like why not try to retake it. You have higher uptime this way too. Try to reset. Just wait for our team to reset and then you can look for Wiser later. Kind of looking to force out a few things. They're probably gonna go on you, so be ready. Prepare your pylon for the next fight once you go. Yep. You want to see what you do with your Wiser right away. That's alright. Okay, maybe not. You don't need it. Yo, Rissa got 2 picks already. So, that's good. Yeah, you can look for the Visor on the next fight there.
60 seconds remaining.
I'm not mean to play there.
If you take this all the way left angle, potentially, I think one of the best for you to be at, honestly. But it requires your, yeah, time. Okay, maybe you don't have enough time now. Even this is good enough to.
No.
I would just try to see. Yeah, that's why it's so important to be fast at it. Like, you really need to like run instantly, but it's alright. That's okay. You probably, if they push. Oh, they're pushing. Nice. Okay, you can touch now. Yeah, your wrist probably will touch. So.
Where the hell did she go?
Care. Long sidelines. You don't. Okay, that's alright. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a last. I guess you had to touch too. That's alright. Okay. I want to show you a few things there. Taking angles is good. Definitely. Still can polish that for later. But this is kind of gives you an idea at least what you're looking for. If you have cover, this is good enough. What I want to talk about is how you maintain the angles longer. Okay, so you're kind of able to apply more pressure in the learn sim. So, can you send me this replay here? Yeah, just send it in Discord DM and should be good. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first death was pretty simple. Yeah, there was no cover. Later, there are a few points. Something we could talk about is just how to prolong your pressure, I guess. So see, especially at the times where Doomfist trying to go on you, and like Genji, right? If you have cover, well, a lot of times this is kind of good enough, can protect you from a lot of stuff. Maybe it's slam, maybe it's punch, stuff like that. Yeah, basically here, if you would have cover, maybe like even the statue, stuff like that, maybe it could protect you. But what if they push you further, like it happened after? Yeah, I think after a few fights. Once you're gonna fight for the second point, especially, there's gonna be you taking high ground, I believe. Or maybe even staying there. Let's see, are they gonna go on you here? I think someone will. Okay, maybe not there. Okay, later. There's gonna be good example. Like here, yeah. This is when you start taking the high ground, and this position and the back is really good typically because our team is able to see you from here. You have the long sidelines too. And the start playing over here is okay-ish because later you can run away. You have kind of sharp angle at their spawn. Just farm their farm the wall charge, but then later run the back. Yeah, that's okay. Like here. And this is where it's gonna be interesting. The Doomfist will try to go on you. Yeah, I think. But they go on you. And then you kind of just run away from this angle, right? Now, the
Mhm.
question is, because we're trying to force out more stuff, right? Could you be here at this angle for long periods of time and force out even more from Doomfist and from the rest of the team? Yeah, because technically, if the Doomfist fighting you for long enough, then you might force out something like a live grip, or maybe Genji is going on you with a dash, or maybe it's Juna's ability, yeah? So how could you be here for longer, anyway, for you to maintain the angle?
Just put on my health back and you know
Mm-hmm,
just poke, punch, run, punch,
mm-hmm.
move around. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of, it really comes down to, well, first of all, paying attention to your defensive, yeah, like your E, I would say. Like, whenever you get in pressured, yeah, but do not give up the angle right away. We just use that. There's a lot of pressure, and the main trigger for you is really your HP most of the time. So it's kind of, yeah, if we mentioned that, yeah, if you have HP, then you use your E. There's another thing which can be, if enemies using cooldowns, you can pay attention to it as well. Maybe the Doomfist trying to punch you. Well, this is something you want to be careful about. Usually trying to dodge that with movement. Maybe there's a slam as well, something you can keep an eye on. But definitely try to be on those angles longer. This is where you force out more stuff. And maybe you kill him, by the way, too. And the way you mentioned, yeah, like try to just shoot. Maybe like can also, yeah, still stay there. By the way, comfortably. Just I would maybe run, like maintain a little bit of distance potentially, if possible, like so you don't play face to face with him, because the Doomfist, he's really effective with the shotgun range when he's face to face with somebody. But overall, yeah, that's what you wanna look for. Yeah, maybe to give an idea. Let me see. Yeah, basically, if we are on the angle, yeah, that's what I was saying, then you can use your abilities defensive. Let me see, is anybody like here? Maybe some good examples. Yeah, maybe even from Jake. Yeah, I think we started watching Jake. Might be good one. Let's see if they do it. Because and you see, it's always those kind of players. They're also really good at holding their positions too. They're not giving up the positions right away. They're always making an enemy fight for those. Okay, so here they did poke a lot. Okay, this is where it starts. Okay, the Winston goes in and see, maintain a little bit of distance. Yeah, the same kind of idea, right? The Winston goes on us, or like Doomfist goes on us. A little bit of distance, and use your healing station right when we are at half HP. Here, this is before the patch, so they're 200 HP, so they start using it like right at around 100. And yeah, this is good enough trigger for you. Maybe something later happens. Who knows? Maybe Tracer goes in your Genji. Yeah, same kind of stuff. Yep. Does it make sense, or
Yeah.
yeah? So this is what I would maintain. Yeah. So I'm gonna, let me just write down here. Okay, yeah, healing station. If somebody's pressuring you, like active pressure, usually looking at HP, and then you use that, and yeah, try to maintain the angle. Try to stay on the angle. Yeah, let's continue. Give you a few more examples, maybe. Yeah, like later. Well, there are gonna be a few examples where you're a little bit late with rotation. It's fine. Sometimes it happens, but I want you to like constantly find ways, I guess, to be able to get through. Yeah, like get through in a good position. Maybe like here, you did find out, oh, that was good rotation one time. Yeah, like you're trying to maybe go all the way there. This is possible, by the way. Like, why not? You can make this rotation. Maybe you can make the rotation like all the way left early, or maybe you can also take sometimes like, oh well, this could be something like this angle, but requires you to kind of move in the short range space. So I don't like it as much usually as soldier, but at least here, like running through here and getting lone sidelines is definitely better, in my opinion. And the times like this, let me see. This is when you was taking a left angle, or yeah, like this is also gonna be a good example of when Doomfist goes on you. By the way, you see this? Okay, this is exactly the time for you to think. Okay, how do I try to maintain this? So even here, I would still like try to stay here for a little bit longer. Like try to do a D-strafe in the healing station, and then later, later you can drop. Uh, where we try to do the flank? I think it's later, right after, yeah, right after this one. Okay, well, oh no. This fight, this is where it took for us a little bit long to rotate. Yeah, this is where. So see, it's kind of your rotations always should be like kind of snap, like constantly. Yeah. So even at this time, yeah, when you want the fight, thinking, okay, where the next fight is gonna be, what do I do with my rotation? Being really flanky, like flanky by yourself as a soldier, it's totally fine. Just make sure you wait for the rest of your team, like being active. And like all this time, while you're staying here shooting, you can invest in position. I don't want you to shoot for yeah, all the time. I guess it's just a matter of first of all quality of your damage. Make sure you get better position, in my opinion, and you will be good. Uh, flank. Where it happened, you know what I'm talking about? Probably it's that time where
Yeah.
we went all the way left there. Like you try to go up the stairs and then Doof is chasing you. Those times, it's kind of similar to what I mentioned. Okay, you keep a little bit of distance. So it's like, yeah, maybe let's write down like, positional ideas. Yeah, what do you do usually? Maintain a little bit of distance. This is one, well, not little bit a lot of times, but, well, trying to maintain our range still. Okay, maintain your range, and also what we talked about is, yeah, your healing station too. Yeah, if they really hard commit to something, like they really hard commit towards you inside here, well, you might even think about using your healing station later. But then retake the angle. Try to constantly, when you're fighting for the angles, don't just run away from those instantly. You took those, okay, fight for those. Yeah, like yeah, to force out even more stuff. This is gonna be quite important. Okay. Is there anything else? Let me see.
2 minutes remaining.
Few things like that, mainly, in my opinion. That's what I would pay attention to for now, like regarding the map control, at least. Yeah, there are already a few. Mm, well, do you have any questions, maybe, so far?
Um,
Yeah, maybe about
not really.
anything. Okay, yep, no questions. Well, then I'm thinking, oh, we still have enough time. Okay, well, we talked about the warm-up a little. Yeah, so your usual warm-up is doing Voxer, like the one you just showed me. That training range, right? Usually you do
Yeah,
that
well,
before every
that's
match.
my in-game warm up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is good. What I can also recommend, maybe if you're able to find something like, so if I go in here, custom games, and then click on all games, if you're able to find something like Tryhard FFA, just type in FFA, and if there's one in here, there's even better typically, because here you're able to practice versus real players. So see, what it does is I go the character I like, and I just not only shooting, yeah, like practice my shooting, actively moving characters, but I also first of all getting used to situations under pressure. Like let's say maybe the Widow is pressuring me. Like okay, then a lot of times players they miss out the aim because they're under pressure quite a lot. You're also actively able to use cover too. This is something you're gonna be thinking about as soldier, like we mentioned. Yeah, you're gonna be thinking, okay, how to like peek the angle, yeah, how to hide from the pressure, stuff like that. Yeah, if somebody peeks me, I can instantly go behind the cover. And yeah, just game sense overall, in my opinion. Like this also can be something like to think about, but yeah, mostly just your positioning and thinking about the enemies, where yeah, what are they doing, their abilities, adjusting because of it, basically. So yeah. Yeah, try hard FFA. That's what I can recommend. If there's no try hard FFA, then just do Waxter. Really, you can do Waxter, and around 15-20 minutes is enough. Is it sounds good with you?
Yeah. Mhm.
By the way, we talked about the hero pool in our consultation. What do you think about that currently? Like your hero pool, do you wanna still maintain playing soldier, Bree, Widow, Ash, those characters, or
So I tried playing Tracer earlier today.
yeah?
Um, and really like the hardest part about playing Tracer,
Mhm.
because obviously like as time goes, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to learn how to like manage my blinks and my recall and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But her like trying to figure out her lethal range and stuff like that has
Mhm.
been like such a challenge for me, because
Hmm.
like for one, it's like hard for me to track in general, like being up close. Like what? And it could just be like like I need to just do like a close strafe on like Kovacs or something like that and see if that helps and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But like I would think like right here, and then if I just dart somebody and shit like that. Now, mind you, I'm like missing a lot of shots anyways, but like
Mhm.
trying to do all these different things, it's like it just feels different, from like playing someone like Soldier
Sure.
or
Sure.
and then like
Yeah.
McCree and stuff like
That,
that.
that that makes total sense. I want you to show one thing though, and this is something you do as a soldier, but you don't
Uh-huh.
do on Tracer though. As a soldier, okay, can you see my stream now? I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
just watch the stream now. Okay. So what you do on soldier is, oh sorry. Okay. Now what you do on soldier is you do this a lot of times. When you shoot, you wait to readjust your crosshair a lot of times. So you're kind of like, okay, I shoot a little, and then I see you. I saw you actually waiting for the next shot sometimes. Yeah, it's basically when the character is moving really like a lot, yeah, like say, okay, I got in a situation, I shoot. Okay, suddenly I know my aim's not as good, or like the character is moving really chaotically. You wait, and then you shoot. That's what you've been doing on Soldier. Like maybe it's a little bit unconscious, but this is what you want to do on Tracer as well. Like what I see you do now, Tracer, you basically go in and you shoot your full clip. Like, obviously here it's against the bots, it's easier, but like to give you an idea, a lot of times it's gonna be this, where you shoot and how your bullets are just gonna be missed. Okay, so what you want to try to do is instead of practice your trigger discipline. So instead of shooting all the time, I want you to only shoot when you know your aim is gonna be precise. So it's kind of shoot a little, wait, okay, shoot a little, then wait, shoot a little, blink around, wait, okay, shoot, yeah, then readjust, kind of like that, yeah, really. You're gonna take the time to readjust. It's gonna, at the start, it will be slow, really, even like against just, yeah, normal, targets like in Vax stuff, for instance, yeah, like it's still gonna take time. It's not as easy. Let me see. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, let's say like settings, not maps. Yeah. So it's presets. Oh, I don't have the preset actually. Okay, so it's this. Yeah, you go in there and practice your trigger discipline. 15 minutes, and it's gonna take days though. Yeah, it's not like in one day your mechanics is gonna be really good, but still. Like I do this, yeah. So instead of constantly shooting like this, yeah, I don't want to shoot constantly. I take a little bit of time. Shoot a little, wait, shoot a little, wait, okay, then readjust again. And the more you do it, the faster you're gonna be eventually at readjusting your crosshair. You're gonna be, yeah, fast like pro player at the long term potentially. That does it make sense to you? So like shoot a little, maybe wait, yeah, shoot a little, wait again, stuff like that. Do you have any questions?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so this one is clear too, like trigger discipline, yeah.
Wait, actually, as soldier, like, should I be holding my left click the whole time?
No, a soldier is
Okay.
the same too. Like you shoot, and
Okay.
this is what you did, by the way, in a box, so you did stop quite a lot. I just noticed you in Tracer now, you just hold your fire. Like
Yeah.
you hold your fire, and this is like happens, you have your bullets are missed, and it's not as effective too, because it takes a lot of time for you to reload too, as a Tracer. Well, not a lot, but like it's still important time as a trace, especially like being up close. Yeah, you need to train your trigger discipline. Not as easy character to like really mechanical, but yeah, that's how you want to approach it. Okay, yeah, I think for the most part that's it. We can, yeah, we have some time left, so we can spend this time to summarize everything. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you tell me. What do we got out of today so far with you? What do you need to work on currently based on our session?
So, uh, trying to position myself, kind of like thinking about that 90-degree rule. Like, and then like the reason being is like, not just having like that extra pressure from a different angle, but also being able to force out enemy util. Um, Maintaining that angle longer than I am right now, using my defensive abilities and also using cover as as defense as well. Um,
Mhm.
and then like my pathing, I guess, like making sure that I'm being more proactive, like getting to places quicker, um, and stuff like that. Uh,
What about your how to maintain the position as well? Like what kind of
right.
resources allow
So
you?
yeah. So like wait, you said what kind of what?
Yeah, what kind of resources allow you to do so? Let's put it this
Oh
way.
right, yeah. No, so like I have my own heals and stuff like that, maintaining space from the enemy that jumps it, depending on like who or what it is. Um and it's not guaranteed every single time, but like if possible, like having a line of sight from your healers or from even from your tank that if they can heal you, that's another like resource that you have as well. Um yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And health packs.
This is true. Yeah, the HP packs, those could be also helpful. Honestly, a lot of times for you soldier, because you kind of self-sufficient too, because of the utility you got. You can also use HP packs quite frequently. It's kind of sometimes, yeah, a lot of times can be similar to something like characters like Tracer, to be honest. It's not as frequent though, in my opinion, because you can
Mm-hmm.
flank like really deep as soldier. You cannot. Yeah, I think it's not gonna be. It's not as easy. You gonna be taking those angles like 90, 180 flank too, but it's more of a long range. Well, so
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be the main soldier's idea. Mm, Try to retake the angle though. There's also one of my notes for the future as well. So we will pay attention. Yeah, like retaking the angle is gonna be important. What I would do next with you, there are a few things we can talk about really connected to the map control. Can be something like target priority. I think it would be great to talk about a little bit more. And also talking about, well, we did talk about it a little, but let's see how is that gonna go, how the improvement is that gonna be. But I would probably talk about rotations for the next time as well, a little bit more. Yeah, probably those two things. It's at least you got in map control.